Welcome, my viewer. I am your host, Mwalimu on Education Matters. And I have the privilege of having on set my great friend, Mr. Fredrick Sadia. Mr. Fredrick Sadia, most welcome.
Thank you so very much.
Mr. Fredrick Sadia is one important person. He's Secretary General to the VIOS, the Volunteer Involving Organized Societies. But I don't want to speak on his behalf. I'd like to hear from him what VIOS is all about, but I'll give him the chance, first of all, to introduce himself as a person.
Thank you so much, Brother Kamau. It's a pleasure to be here, to be with you again, to talk about. My name is Fredrick Sadia, and I am a volunteer. And I have the privilege of being the national coordinator and the secretary to the Volunteer Involving Organization Society. The society works together in matters volunteering in the country, and we are a network of a number of organizations in Kenya, those who focus in terms of how they render services involve volunteering. And what we do is that we're working closely with governments to create enabling infrastructures for volunteerism in the country. And this has been a journey. The VIO Society started way back in 2004. And over the period of time, we've been able to collaborate with the government through the relevant ministry.
Which ministry in particular?
This is the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection. Yes. Of course, you understand, keep on changing, but that is it. So we've worked together to have a national volunteerism policy that we have, that was approved by Cabinet in 2016, February. And this is now the frameworks within which then now we want to promote volunteerism in the country. And we are also in the processes of working on a bill of parliament. We hope that maybe it would be able to go through during this current parliament, but it is work in progress. And so we hope that as a society, together with other stakeholders, and of course with the leadership of the government, we would be able to have this policy, the bill in place.
When you say it's a society, how many organizations do you have as members of that society as of now?
We have currently about 27 organizations that are those that are registered.
Can I mention a few?
We have Progressive Volunteers, we have the Kenya Red Cross Society, we have UNV, United Nations Volunteers Program in Kenya, we have Hope Worldwide, we have VSO, that's Voluntary Services Overseas, we have Manyo Foundation, we have Ufadhili Trust, and quite a number of them. So we are both a combination of those organizations that are just coming up and the well-established organizations that are doing so much and are well-known out there.
So now the question comes in that why volunteerism? Why do you have to kind of appear like you're promoting volunteerism? What role does volunteerism have to play in our economy and the well-being of our nation?
You know, volunteerism is almost a way of life. You know, it is that opportunity that you get to just do something without the expectation of pay. Maybe we'll just try to define what the volunteerism policy talks of who is a volunteer and what is volunteering. So in the policy we defined volunteerism as the giving of one's service or a group of people's service without the expectation of pay other than the necessary reimbursement. And we say other than the necessary reimbursement because volunteerism is out of free will. You know, you don't do it because someone is compelling you to do it. It is something that you have to choose to do it. Okay. And the reason why it is important is that, you know, when people rise together to just do something out of free choice, something that you have a passion about, then it is easier for us to realize progress. So volunteerism, even in the global sphere, has been noted as a cross-cutting means of implementation, and by the United Nations. And governments and different agencies are encouraged to incorporate volunteering in some of their development strategies because it has been observed as a way that then people can fast-track development. You know, I will give you a very local case because volunteering is not new in Kenya. For Kenya, we've always spoken of Arambe, of pulling together. We've always helped each other. And we just want that to continue. And I'll give you an example. For in any case, you have a community that are able to come together to do their roads, to do their footpaths, to build their school, to build their cattle dips.
That's volunteering.
That is volunteering.
In itself,
in itself.
Okay.
And you know, it gives you the pride of being part of a community.
Yes.
Volunteerism is also been observed as one that allows for citizen activism. Not in the way of demonstrations and picketing, but that it makes people become responsible. So responsible citizenship.
Does volunteerism has anything to do with the so-called community service learning or something that is being maybe promoted in a proposed new curriculum? Any connection?
It can be defined in many ways. I will tell you straight that there are two forms of volunteering.
Yes.
We have the formal volunteering and we have the informal volunteering.
Yes.
All of it, I think, impacts on the community. So if you want to call it community service, that is okay. You know, in the formal volunteering is where we just come up together in our own way and do something.
Yes.
In the formal volunteering is where you have to sign up with an organization. Like amongst the member organizations, we know that the Kenya Red Cross signs up volunteers. You know, UNV program has got volunteers.
Yes.
Then you have a structure, you're kind of having a contract under which you work. But all of this impacts on the community. So you may want to call it community service. That is it, but it depends now on how because community service could still be done by employees, or someone who's working here.
We are speaking on the eve of an upcoming function, which is supposed to happen a few days from now. Would you tell our viewer what this function is, when it's happening, and maybe briefly, then we can take a break, then we can come and talk about it more in details.
Okay, thank you so much. The volunteer involving organization works out of building partnerships, and this is the collaboration we have with government, which we highly appreciate. And we are also reaching out to the region and also to the global. And so we are organizing, we've partnered with the Good Deeds Day movement, which is a global movement.
You saying good?
Good Deeds Day.
Yes.
Good Deeds, the day of doing good. So all of us do good every time, but this day has been observed across the world as one day where people just meet together and showcase the good things that we do so that we can also appreciate and celebrate those of us who do
When
this.
will that function be happening?
This functioning is coming on the 15th of April. That is the following Sunday.
Next Sunday, but
Next Sunday, but one, if I may explain it as such. And it will be happening at along City Hall Way in Nairobi. We are doing it in collaboration with the county government of Nairobi City, the national government through the National Volunteerism Secretariat. We are proud, glad to have Makueni County coming on board, and several other organizations.
Don't go into details. Don't go into details. We take a short break. When you come back, we'll actually look at what Good Deeds Day is, how long it has been there, who is likely to participate, and so on and so forth. At this point in time, viewer, we take a break. We'll come back in the next few minutes. Don't go away. Keep watching. Welcome back, viewer. I'm yours, Mwalimu Digital Kamau, and we have my guest, Mr. Fredrick Sadia, the Secretary General of VIOS. VIOS is a volunteer involving society, and he had just mentioned to us on a forthcoming event on 15th of April, that is a Good Deeds Day. Kindly take it up from there. Give us a background. What is this Good Deeds Day?
Thank you, Mwalimu Digital Kamau. Good Deeds Day is an exciting thing. You know, it's good. It's about doing good. And maybe just to get a little brief of what Good Deeds Day and when it began. This is a movement that was initiated way back in 2007 in Israel by a foundation. It is run by one great business lady who felt that the world needed to appreciate those who go out and do good. So about 10 years now, the movement has taken the world not by a storm, but it has been embraced so much so that it has been celebrated in most of the major cities of the world. It is a day...
Around how many cities so far?
About 93.
93
in 93 countries as of last year, where we've been able to celebrate the Good Deeds Day. And this year we hope that it will be celebrated in several other countries, several other cities.
Yes.
But Good Deeds Day is an idea. It is a concept. It is a tool that is used to promote volunteering.
Yes.
You know, and this for us is why we felt that it is important as the VIO society to collaborate, to build a partnership with the movement, because it starts from appreciating the little acts of kindness that we do.
Yes.
When you care about your environment and you start planting trees, like, you know, now we are really talking about planting trees in this country, it is something good. When you help someone get food, when you help a child to go to school, you know, and more often, people, so many of us out there do these kind of things, but we don't know. You know, no one knows about
so
it.
this particular day, what happened? Is somebody supposed to come and do good that time, or is somebody supposed to come and what exactly is the participant, the attendant coming for that goose day?
Yeah.
What exactly should he expect, or she is expecting of him?
You know, one thing, Mwalimu, Kamau, is that we do good all the time.
Yes.
So we are not telling people to keep all the other days locked until they wait on when we are celebrating on this day. But we do our good. We encourage people to go out there to volunteer, to do good to others, to their environment. But on this particular day, now we invite individuals, we invite corporate organizations, we invite NGOs, we invite government agencies to come, so that together we can share all the good things that we do. You know, so we can showcase,
showcasing the good things that we normally
and to celebrate, and just to feel good, you know, and to tell ourselves that yes, we deserve to acknowledge that we've been doing good, so that we can be able to, you know, others will be inspired to also join hands to do good. People will look and see and say, I want to do the same way that this program is doing. And then you can also learn from best practice.
So who are the expected participants now in terms of the ones who you expect to come and showcase? Who do you have?
So on this particular day, on the 15th, when we will be celebrating along City Hall Way, as I mentioned earlier, we've partnered with the county government of Nairobi City. We've partnered with the ministry in charge of volunteerism, and Makueni County is also coming on board, and several organizations. So who we expect to come is, it is open to the general public. Everyone is free to come and to learn something new. And also, specifically, we are going to have exhibitions. So we are going to have quite a number of organizations, I think more than 50, who are going to come to exhibit the good things that they've been doing. Some will just come to tell stories, you know, of the great things that they've been doing out there. Others will come to offer awareness services. We'll be talking about the national volunteerism policy and the proposed bill on volunteerism. The government, I hope through the ministry, will be coming to tell and to showcase the things that they do. We know that the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection is in charge of Inua Jamii, the older persons cash transfer program. So some of us may not be aware of some of these things going on. So they have that opportunity to come and let us.
So this organization now, which is desirous of participating, and maybe is getting this information from you at this point in time.
Yeah.
How should they behave themselves to be able to participate, to showcase the good things that they have in the group?
Great, including individuals, as I've said. Some people are just amazing. And by the way, you know, when I say individuals, you can come and prepare cookies for children, because children will be there. Or you can come and just share, you know, whatever little that you have, and make donations. But for organizations out there who are willing to come and to be part of this, we welcome them, because we want the wind, the breeze of doing good to touch so many. So we can only advise that they need to get in touch with us. So we are always ready and open. They can get directly in touch with me, because I'm leading in making sure that this
interview, maybe you'll give your contacts, maybe your phone number. And,
I will be glad. I will be glad to give my phone number, to give our email addresses, to make it easier for them to reach. This is the last week. We would still be very open to those of other organizations, including corporate companies who want to come and because they do have a lot of their CSR programs running. So this is an opportunity for them to come and to share. So we will be very willing to welcome.
Do you have some social media handles? Maybe you can direct people maybe to go online and see what you have.
Yes, we do. People can visit our Facebook page, Volunteer Involving Organizational Society. VIO Society, but it is in full, Volunteer Involving. And when we also have the hashtag, there's a global hashtag for Good Eats Day, and then it is just hashtag Good Eats Day, and then we have customized our own. So we have hashtag Good Eats Day Kenya.
Kenya in full?
Kenya, it is KE, not Kenya in full. It is Good Eats Day KE. But also we have our Twitter handle at VIO Society, VIO Society, VIOS in caps, Society. And you know, we are also tagging along the Ministry of East Africa Community, Labour and Social Protection. We have member organizations of the VIO Society are also talking. So someone is always easy to get to learn about that. But they can also check our website, VIO Society, to get to learn more. They can go to the Global Good Eat Day website to get to know more. So it's free. So
now, I think then we'll take a short break. When we come back, I want to hear about, you're saying that Good Eat Day has been done before last year, which will be the second time.
Yeah.
And I would want to hear from you in our in the next session, the impact. What is the impact? What is exactly what you want to achieve by bringing in Good Eat Day, tying in with the volunteers? We will be discussing that in our next session. We'll take a break for a few minutes and we'll be coming back. Don't go away. Keep watching. Welcome back. This is Mwalimu Kamau. We are still talking on Good Eat Day, stroke volunteerism. And my friend Sadia, you will continue from where we left. You mentioned that you have been able to do it last year, and you have a backing, or you work together with the Israeli Family Foundation. I would want at this point in time to hear, let me hear about the impact. What has been the desired impact, and are you moving towards achieving that by trying to encourage people to do good by volunteerism?
I think just to mention again is that last year we were able to celebrate the Good Eat Day in Kenya.
For the first time?
For the first time at a national level, because I know I've had to appreciate also that there are those several organizations in Kenya who've been celebrating the Good Eat Day, because it's someone can sign up online through the organization in Israel, and then they'll provide T-shirts and you can celebrate. Yes. But at a national level, last year was the first time, and we were able to do it. Actually, the first time in Africa that it was celebrated with the involvement of a government in place. So we are very happy, we are very grateful for this opportunity to do this. And a number of organizations came, dignitaries also joined us last year. We appreciate them and hope that they'll be willing to come this year again and even more. Now, the most important thing about the Good Eat Day for us is that, as I mentioned earlier, it is a basis which allows us to say that, wait a minute, I've also been doing something good.
Yes.
You know,
and I want somebody a lift.
Yes.
On your way to work.
Yes, on your way to work. You know, if you are a family and you have space, why should your neighbor be rained on? Why don't you welcome them into your little car and go to town together? But I think importantly, it tells us, it gives us an exciting opportunity to realize that all of us can do something. That
everybody can do.
Everyone can do something. And so that when you start appreciating that the little good things that you do can be done over a sustained period of time, then you want to do it over and over again. Yes. And your friend sees it and want to do it, and your children sees it and they want to join daddy, they want to join mommy in doing it, they want to join grandmom in doing it. So it becomes something that gets you. As my chairman always says, that volunteering is a social
investment?
Not a social investment. He has a way of calling it. I can't remember. I was talking about it yesterday. But it is something that gets inculcated in you, that you want to do it always. And why it is important for us as a VIO society to partner with the Good Eat Day is that then it allows everyone else to see that they can be part and parcel.
They can volunteer in those small ways.
Yes, in those small ways. And then eventually upscale it. Because if you do it today, and you do it today, and we meet together to appreciate, then we want to take it forward. So it supports volunteering, and I mentioned earlier that it is a tool that supports volunteering. So when you now go out of your way and find an institution that you want to do it as a volunteer, you've brought it to the next higher level.
Could you be having some challenges that you encounter maybe in the uptake of volunteerism, maybe in the uptake of trying to tell people to think good and do good? could you be having some 1-2 challenges that you encounter which you wish that the society would be alive to and make something and do something about it?
You know, volunteering has always been known to be something for those who do not have anything else to do. And I think it is important to state here that we have professional volunteers. They are working, they are full-time employees, but they still have their little time to do something. It is good to also note that there are those that are like corporate companies. When they engage in CSR, sometimes they bring together their staff. When they do that for us, that is corporate volunteering, when they engage their staff. But then there is always the feeling that it is just for the youth. It is not true.
We have for the youth and the idle.
Yeah, and the idle.
Them that have nothing to do.
Them that do not have anything, actually, the idle ones. So people who just like to stick around to see what could be. But we have retiree volunteers. All these have been provided for in the policy we now have. So that today when I retire and I still have rich expertise, skills. Yes, I need to share that. I need to pass on that to others, so I can volunteer my time and do something else. So there are actually challenges. Yes, one that financing volunteering is not easy, and so that you want to work with a team of students, or even when they're professionals and they're not able to put the resources together, then the issue of resources is a challenge, and this is why it needs real commitment from individuals and organizations who support volunteering. The other thing that some volunteers will always tell is that when you sign up a volunteer, certain institutions tend to, take advantage over the volunteers. And the volunteer would do so much, or if the volunteer do not do so much, they're almost seated idle. So they feel like they're wasted, they're not needed. So we encourage so much so that...
So some people avail themselves, but it's like where they feel themselves, they are not engaged.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, they keep on losing this.
So they don't see the importance of it, and then it kind of makes volunteering look like something for idlers, which is not true. So we encourage that even through these challenges, that when you get a volunteer, please engage them constructively in your institution, in your organization, so that they feel that they belong. They can then use their full potential to do something that would eventually change. Whether their lives or anything else that is done, we hope that we can do this for the betterment of Kenya. We can do this for the betterment of the globe.
Now, while it is true that maybe somebody who goes into volunteership may not have private motive of making a profit, could there be any other positive benefit that accrues to the person volunteering? Somebody says that doing good is good business. Maybe even the youth who is volunteering, maybe he is idle at the moment, he doesn't have a job. Could there be any return that could accrue to him by virtue of doing good to the society, or maybe volunteering?
You know, when you do good, when you volunteer, the first thing that you get, which can never be paid, of course, I always say that, is the self-fulfillment, that you are part and parcel of positive change in your society. No one can buy that. No one can really pay you to sell your heart, or the satisfaction that you feel in yourself, the little pride you hold when you do something that impacts not necessarily on your life or your immediate family members, but others that might not even be known to you. So that is the first thing, the benefit that a volunteer derives. The other is, you learn to live with people. You learn to also be part of a journey of transformation. When Kenya wants to be a great nation, it's not going to change unless some of us rise up.
The individual changes.
The individual changes for good.
Okay.
But also it creates an opportunity for someone to learn new skills, to make new friends, to get good contacts, good networking opportunity when you are in volunteering. And this is actually even the platform we are going to have on the 15th during the Good Eats Day. The platform that allows people to get to interact with one another, make contacts, and you change them to contracts, as I learned from you. I learned that from you. So in this way, we hope that the benefits of volunteering supersedes the challenges therein. Because through that kind of a committed effort, I know of several who've been able to secure very good opportunities, whether they're job opportunities or contracts within or partnerships. It is through those selfless efforts that someone gets to...
I want to urge you to make a very direct approach to our client and our viewer there, and make him appreciate exactly what we are going to have on 15th, and make a passionate appeal for them to be able to show up and participate, both at the corporate level and the individual level, and do good.
First, I would state that doing good is good business for corporate companies. We have studies that indicate that corporate companies that engage their staff or within their CSR programs in volunteering have realized good returns, but it depends on how they really take it out there. But I think it's also good for us as government, and this one is something that we must appreciate, that the Kenyan government, through the relevant ministry in charge of volunteering, are willing and ready to take this forward, is that it allows the government to start engaging with the masses. You know, Kenya has a huge youth surge. We have the youth badge, you know, and this demographic can be allowed to participate in something that would eventually not only change their lives but make Kenya better. So my appeal could only be one, to corporate companies, organizations, and government agencies, that they need to start appreciating the value of volunteering. As I mentioned earlier, that volunteering has been observed as a cross-cutting means of implementation. And even now when we're talking about the Sustainable Development Goals, it is something that is very important that we need to, you know, engage in. And so again, to for the individual organizations who will want to come and participate, we want to tell you that it is open for you to come showcase the good things that you're doing out there. If you're an individual and you are daring to come, please get in touch with us.
And there are no charges.
And we are going to discuss. Let me tell you something about the charges. Last time we were able to allocate spaces. People who came, they were not willing. When on the eventual day, they didn't come. So we were like, we locked out others.
Yes.
This time around, we say that for those who want to come, they need to come and just commit that they will be able to participate. Yes. We are not charging anything, but we may request you to put in a small commitment fee, yes, which will be very negligible. I have to say that it won't go beyond 5,000 shillings. Okay. But of course, it is not the priority, because we are not using this as a fundraising event. We are not doing resource mobilization with this. When you come and you tell us that your idea is unique, that the thing that you want to share with the Kenyan people is something that is really important, it is not about the money. It is about coming together to showcase the good things we do. So maybe I can share my contacts. Yes. That those who want to get in touch with us can always get us or reach us at info@viosociety.org. They can also email me directly at coordinator@viosociety.org. And the contacts that they can use to reach to us is 0724 408810. The other.
Say it again.
0724 408810. The other number is 0734 691275. 0734 691275. They are welcome to reach us, get in touch. We will be very ready and willing to discuss with them. We must also say that the time is too short, so anyone who is out there, feel welcome. And even the general public, it is an open event. We are looking forward to have children activities, so you can come out with your children, with your niece, with your nephew. Just come and have fun. It is an opportunity for an individual, a student out there who is not in college now, in their break or recess. They can come to learn more. We will be doing recruitment for volunteers as a VIO society. Member organizations will also be there. They may be recruiting volunteers. So you can't just get an opportunity to ask to know. Goodies Day is an exciting day. We welcome all Kenyans to join us. And we appreciate the partnership we have with the county government of Nairobi City, the national government through the ministry in charge of volunteering, and all the partners will be coming. All the volunteers will be coming. We say thank you and we welcome you.
Thank you very much, Fredrick Sadia. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
We'll be joining you in doing
Thank you so much. You're welcome. You know, you're part of it.
I will.
I have to say that you are part of the committee.
Thank you very much.
Planning.
Thank you
for that.
On that account, viewer, I wish thank you for being with us. I want also to challenge you to do good. It has been said, I take it from him, that doing good is good business. And over and above, that particular day being a Sunday, 15th of April is a Sunday, I would expect that you have all the time. You can go for the service, and after that you can come for the function and come showcase and also witness the good which is being done by other individuals and by other organizations. On that account, I say thank you very much. Let's continue doing good. Thank you.